welcome to lesson 5 of HTML basics, and today we're talking about, or rather in this class we're going to be talking about the head and the body. Okay, so literally we have done so much regarding the head and the body, and I feel you are understanding it better. So we're going to go over a few things we talk about regarding the head and the body. Okay, so we said the head and the body tags. The head tag contains all the extra information about a web page. You have the metadata, you have your CSS, your CSS link, your style sheet, your JavaScript references. Everything regarding information, title, whatsoever is embedded into the head tag. Okay, the head tag, every extra information you want to put, description. Okay, I think in this video we're going to be putting more of description, tags, okay, and title. You see so many other things about the head tag, okay, because I want to focus on the head tag on this particular series. All right, so and the body, like I said, contains all visual content, headings, image, paragraph, tables, links, every single thing, buttons, reflection, animation, everything that you see or the user see is embedded into the body tag. So literally HTML just have two main sections: the head and the body. The head and the body. The head contains every information, the body contains where you want or what you want the people that are displaying the site to see and to interact with. Okay, so let's dive into our A code and do some work. Right, I basically didn't want to scatter the entire work again, so we're going to be building from where we stopped previously. Okay, so literally this is where we stop, and from now henceforth all our classes is going to be on the particular HTML. So whatever you want to build, is your portfolio you want to build, is it a simple website, just start using it to practice as well, so that as we keep going you keep editing or adding so many other things into it. Okay, so like I said, this video we're going to be focusing on the head tag. We're going to be adding so many things. I'm already talking about the metadata, which I talked about, character set, and basically unless you are writing maybe making a website for French or not English speaking persons or country, that's when you're going to start changing the character set and language. But since we are dealing with English, there is no need for much of those character set and language. Okay, so the other thing I want to introduce in the meta tag, I said I'll be introducing is keywords. It's keyword. Okay, now what keyword really does is this. Now for instance, if somebody is searching something on the website and he puts in some keyword or some words, why your website or your site or web page you created will be brought up in Google search engine or be recommended is when somebody literally entered the keyword. Like for instance, you were okay, let's say let's change the title to let me just use Reginald portfolio. Okay, regional portfolio. All right, so now let me assume this, I'm trying to build my portfolio or anybody's portfolio, and I want to add some keyword to my portfolio that when somebody typed in a keyword, Google can recommend me to that person's search result. All right, so this is how it's still on the meta, it's under the name, and when you click the name, remember what you want to put is keywords. Okay, keywords and space contents of that keyword and the content of the keyword. So you put particular content regarding to what you are doing. Okay, this is my portfolio, and basically what I do, I also train on web development. So keyword I'm going to put is web developer. Okay, let me say developer. Website builder. All right, okay, web3. All right, so let me just use this as the keyword. Okay, so but recently I think Google has stopped not really stop totally. I think Google especially has kind of been putting more restriction on this keyword, because so many persons, even when what they are not creating is what that particular thing, they will just put all the words inside there. So many words, so that whenever you are searching, Google is just recommending them. So Google kind of try to remove keyword. What they are using now is what they call Google Console. Later we'll get into that. Okay, so why your website will be recommended to the user is when you input some certain keywords. Another thing again I want us to put into the metadata is description. All right, description, name, and the name we are picking is description. Okay, so description, and the content of our description says, okay, we are web developers and also train digital skills. All right, so this is description of my website. When your website is being recommended, or when someone wants to enter your website, sometimes before some persons even enter some certain website, they will go and read description, recommendation, red flags about that website. If your website doesn't have a description, some persons might not even link into it, enter on it, or even want to do something. People look at description of site before they enter. Some of us don't look, but people look. If you want to see description of site, once you click that site, you see something that looks like a key on that search icon, or you just see a logo there. Once you click on it, they will give you description of that site, including the creator, the name of the creator, what that site does, and some meta tags about that site. That's what description is all about. So if your website doesn't have a description, people will barely trust that site. All right, now another thing I want to put in is a link. So like I said, you will have to connect your style sheet, your CSS style sheet, to your HTML. This is HTML file. When we create a CSS to style it, it must be connected. That's where this link comes in, and the attributes they use is real, which sounds similar from relationship. All right, so when you put the word link, you just put real and equal sign, okay, and style sheet. All right, then the next type so the type is text / CSS. All these ones I'm just putting just for familiarity. When the time comes, you discover that it's not really basic important, especially this type CSS. It's not all you just have to put is put link, href, connect it, but it will be good for understanding sake. You put the name and the type of the file you are linking. If it is image, I'll put type image, but here is text and CSS. So href, now this is the hyper reference, the link. We have the HTML, or the browser can go and pick the style. Remember, once we are launching to the website or the search engine is the html.index. But when the website or the browser see html.index and also see this link, you say, okay, the styles of this link is on this other page, so it will go there, pick it, and give you everything that the site page literally comes with. So href equal to quotation, and you just put the link where it is. So for instance, let me just say CSS folder. I'm not going to create a folder definitely, so I'm just going to create /styles. That's the file I'm going to create. Style is going to be styles.css. okay, so style.cxx. This is how my link is just going to be. All right, so the other links like even JavaScript link, so maybe later on in the video I will describe or put the JavaScript on link on this. So this is what your meta description or your head carries in total. So more, you can put language, even what they call favorite icon. That okay, let me show you something now. You can see the title has changed as portfolio, and sometimes if you're browsing, you see a logo or an icon of that web page you're building at this place. It's called the favorite icon. It's also used as a meta, is a meta tag. You will put the meta tag, you put type fav icon, and you put the image there. Your logo is going to appear there basically. So this is basically all about the head, or majorly about the head, except you are building for a non-English, like I said. So there you start inputting language and all that, but this is basically about the head. Okay, so I don't think I have to say anything much about it, but though from next video we're going to start be building more on the body, including the buttons and all that. But the body, I've already introduced the heading and the page, so there's nothing really much to introduce here in the body. So I've already done that, just I'm going to be building upon what we already know. So see you in the next class when we'll be diving deeper and talking more about the body.